Hi you guys, we are going to do some tarot readings tonight. The first few to be here will get a free reading. It's going to be free readings for new subscribers as well. So if you're returning, thanks for coming. I'm glad to see you here again. Happy that you're returning. And new subscribers, I'm happy to have you be joining us for the first time. And if you do have a specific question that you want to ask, look in the description box for information on how to donate and how to get a question answered, okay? So let me get your guys' chat up here really quick. Yep, okay. Wow. Hi, Sanch. Hi, Kitten. Valentina. Sahu. Reka, Olive. How are you guys? How's it going? So the first few here, Kitten S, Sanch, and Valentina, you guys all get a free reading. It's going to be this new thing I'm doing now for lives. So if you're here or one of the first three people here, then you will get a free reading for sure tonight, that night, every single live I do. That's what I'm going to do now. So make sure you guys get here first, and the way to do that is by turning on notifications, okay? All the information's in the description, so please read the description because of this video, because I explain how to turn on notifications, and then if you get notified each time I go live, then you can get here first and get a free reading. So it's cool, you can do it any single live I do, it doesn't matter if it's a free night or not. So I'm gonna start off here, let me light this incense really quick. Nice. Good. Sorry if you hear that noise in the background. That's my cat messing with shit. Where's the little hole? Alright, this one's bigger. There we go. Okay, and then my nice little Virgo candle. It says, never stop believing that fighting for what's right is worth it. That's the Virgo candle right there. Got it for Christmas from my sister-in-law. Hell yeah. One of the best presents ever. Virgo shit. I love getting shit about my sign. It's kind of funny. This thing's Audi 5000, pretty much. Oh, we got one last light with it. Nice. Good to go. So, let's see. What's up, you guys? Okay. Hi, Junior. Hi, Suprava. Let's see. Who else is here? Val. Rosella. Hi, you guys. Thanks for liking this video, and thanks for subscribing if you guys aren't yet. And, oh, GD as well. I almost missed you. So we are going to start with the first three readings, which are the first three people that were here. That's Kitten S, Valentina, and Sanch. So thank you, Kitten, for posting. What are Gemini's energies towards me? No contact. All right, let's start off with this giant deck here. What are Gemini's energies toward Kitten? They are not in contact right now. We need to know what the energies are towards Kitten from Gemini. Oh! So we have Leo energy possibly here. It doesn't have to be a Leo, okay? But it definitely could be. So I just want you to take note of that. There could be another Leo involved, possibly. Maybe you have Leo in your chart. Doesn't have to mean Leo. It also, means something else too, and I'll get to that in a second. But that's what the Strength card also represents as Leo. So there could be a Leo involved. Also, we're talking about somebody who's working very hard right now. It could be, you know, they just don't have the time to be connected to anybody, because this is something where they're working really hard to where this is like pretty much all they do. Like they're very into some new kind of hobby. It could be a job. It could be an apprenticeship type thing that they're working on now. And it's like fingers to the bone, like all the time. I mean, this is what they do all the time. So it's like they don't really have time for anything. And also the strength card means that this is something either that you've had to endure, like their energies towards you though, I would say it's something where you guys either have been through a lot and now you're at a point where it's like, he could be working really hard on healing too, or trying to like have a new life, trying to like transform his life and have like a different, well, it's he or she, you said Gemini, so the Gemini person is working hard to kind of change something about their life and improve it, maybe focus on other things, because like I said, this is all they're focused on. So really it's kind of like, almost seems like a distraction, you know, trying to kind of think about just that instead of you. But also here with the strength card, it's been a tough road. It's not something that's easy for them to, you know, that's probably why they have to have this distraction here. Or whatever this is that they're working on. It's like a blessing for them. Yep. Sleepless nights. See? There is a lot of pain going on here. Even if you think it's just you or whatever the case may be, it's them too. He used to prioritize his work, however, I don't know because we haven't been in contact yet. Ah! Okay. So yeah, they're definitely thinking about the past and you, and it's cloudy, okay, because the moon card. This moon card here represents Pisces, so it could be a Pisces person involved, maybe it's in your chart, blah, 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 right? But the main point I want to, you know, talk about here is how the moon represents lack of clarity. So confusion, you know, clouded thinking. This person is thinking about the past. They're thinking about, you know, how everything has led up to this point right now, like where they're at now, right here, remember? Where they're at now is basically, you know, they're thinking about how every event has led up to this point now. And so reminiscing, you know, thinking about a lot of different things that have happened and gotten them to this point here. And it's cloudy, you know, I would say that they're probably not seeing things in the way that you're seeing them. Because they're seeing things in a confusing way, or in a way that's just not clear, like they're not really sure what to think or feel, you know. So it's a very difficult time because it's kind of like a person feels lost, like what did I just do all that time, or like what was that, you know, what do we have together, like what did we have together, what does this mean for my life? I mean, it's all of these things that are just very confusing to the person right now. So I would say that they are thinking about you, but they're thinking about you, they're not really sure what to think, and it's not really fun in that energy, you know? It's kind of like, it's very uneasy, and it's very, well, because you don't know what to think and feel, it can just be a little bit stressful and depressing even. You know, this person's obviously having a hard time sleeping at night. We see that they're healing from something, obviously. Probably feeling bad about themselves a little bit for something. Saying mean things to themselves, or just beating themselves up about something. Maybe it's even just loneliness here. But we see that there's a rough time sleeping. And it doesn't even necessarily mean a rough time sleeping, like literally. It could, but it just means like, you know, they're having a hard time, like, you know, with something. So it just happens to be that the card is like at night, they're, you know, so I just like to say obviously sleepless nights because that's what it seems, and it could be literally that. But basically what it means is the person is like having a hard time coping with something and going through something. So let's see here, anything else we need to know about his energies toward her? So know that he's going through a lot right now, and if you feel like you're going through a lot without him in your life as well, then, you know, just know that he's also going through that. There could be something else happening too, but I feel like in regards to you, it is confusing for him to know what really happened or what to think about it, like where he's at now with it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get much else from this just because he's not even really sure. This is, you know, the moon card is a card for me about like, I don't even know where I stand with you. So let's see if we can find anything else out. Anything else about his feelings towards her, or his energy toward her now. Cards are getting old. What are his feelings towards her now? See how it does that? That's because they're getting old. That happens. What are the Gemini's energy toward her now? Yeah, so there is, like I said, a transformation taking place in his life, or he's trying to make that happen. I mean, I think this shouldn't be too hard for him, just because whatever happened between you, now that you're not talking, it's kind of like something has shifted, okay? The tower here is representative of everything changing. Not just one thing, not just little things, but everything in your life. So that's why he's trying to focus on this new hobby here, this new project, this new thing that he's working on. And it could just be a hobby. It doesn't even have to be work, but usually, you know, he could make money from it, but it doesn't have to be work. But it's something probably new that he's really just doing all the time, very focused on. And the tower being here, I would say that it's probably going to be a lot easier for him than it is most people, because he's obviously already actively trying to make change in his life. So I would say that it's not going to be too difficult with the tower there, because he's trying and he's looking and he's searching for ways to change his life and improve it. And that's what the tower is trying to do. It's trying to change things in your life so that you're on the right path. So if he's open to change right now, good, because it shouldn't be too rough for him. He shouldn't have too many blocks. But in regards to you, I feel like he obviously thinks that this is a either disaster, like that it happened with you. I'm going to get a little more on this, because I don't know if he thinks it's a disaster because of like being with you, or if now not being with you is a disaster. So let's see. Or, you know, not being in your life. I don't know if it's romantic. It doesn't show us much here about the, you know, type of relationship it was. It says you know already. The High Priestess comes out for me when I'm reading for somebody, and it's pretty much telling me like that person gets it. They know what you mean. They know what you're getting at. So I just want a little more clarity myself, so I'm going to continue. But you may already know exactly what I'm referring to about this. And so what are his energies toward her with the tower? Does he think that it's a disaster now that they're not in each other's lives? Okay. Queen of Wands. That's basically saying that he is on this whole kind of mindset where, and he could have already been this way too, but, or he could view you in this way. I mean, you'll know which one applies more, but basically, it's a person who's very independent, very about what they're doing. They just don't need permission. They don't ask permission. They don't slow down. They don't check and see if it's okay. You know what I mean? They just go and they do what they need to do. They're determined and they get it done, and they don't wait around for people. So it's either he's on this tip now of like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, I don't give a fuck, or it's like he sees you in this way now. But the thing is, it's not a bad thing, by the way, to be on that tip. It's just not a person who's really concerned with anyone else's thoughts or feelings. You know, it's not going to slow them down in them reaching their goals. Who's the Queen of Wands here? This could be what he's trying to become. Says you already know. Cancer, this is the Cancer card. So there could be a Cancer involved. If not, we're talking here about, you know, them taking action toward, or, you know, making a decision basically between two different paths. These two Sphinxes here at the bottom are going to lead him, this character in the card, in two completely different directions. And you can't go both directions. So he's going to have to choose one of them, and it's going to lead him down a certain path. And that path is hopefully leading him, he hopes it's leading him toward, you know, independence, self-sufficiency, you know, being able to really make shit happen for himself, and just being independent mainly. And I feel like that's because he's feeling hurt by this whole situation. So he's wanting to, like, be strong within himself. He's wanting to create this whole atmosphere, this whole kind of like image, but hopefully he really is going to be able to do this, and it's not just an image, but he's hoping to create this kind of a personality, or this kind of like a lifestyle, or this kind of like energy within himself. So he's moving towards that right now. That is exactly what he's moving towards right now. He's making big changes, yep, deliberate decision making, and opportunity to speak your voice. So I feel like there might be a reunion sometime soon. Let me just see, because I did see the reunion card when I was shuffling, but I did not take it out. So let's see if that comes out again, because now it seems like it's almost leading up to that, because it says he's going to be making a deliberate or decision, you know, he's taking deliberate action. The world is in his hands, you see? And he's also, you know, the world around him is literally the world he's in, but he's holding this other world in his hands. So he feels in control at this time. And it also says the Ace of Swords, he will have the opportunity. And remember, as humans, we can miss opportunities, okay? So he does have to do it. He has to strike while the iron's hot. He has to get it while it's there. You know, he can't miss it. He's got to take it while it's there if he can see it and recognize it. But he will have the opportunity to speak his voice on something. Take the sword too. So have authority over his life, have control over his life. This is what he really is seeking right now. But let's see what else comes out here, because I do feel like there could be something coming up for you guys. Oh, okay, so this is the marriage card, but here this is also the Taurus card. We have a lot of different signs here. I just want to point out again. Pisces, Taurus, Leo, Cancer. I thought there was another one, but no. So Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus. Okay, just make a note of that. And this is talking about either being respected, highly respected, or respecting someone else. You see these two guys at the bottom here? The bald-headed guys? They're like literally looking up to this priest here, and they're admiring him, you know? So it's like, it's that feeling of admiration. It's also that feeling of, you know, what people are viewing you as in your society. So it's like, maybe he really cares what people are thinking of him at this time. Like, it's just like doing the right thing, you know? Doing what's accepted, or what's, you know, what society would deem as normal and good, you know? So it's kind of like caring what people think in a way. But I feel like he's going to speak his voice. He wants to be respected. He wants to be in this position where he's looked up to. So I feel like that's what he's headed towards. And he's going to have, let me see what the, well, I think the Ace of Swords here is basically saying like taking the sword, basically meaning he's going to have more authority over his life and have more control over it by his means, you know, by his definition of control. So he'll feel like he has some power there that he does not feel like he has right now. In regards to her, any last words here? Any last kind of details we need to know in regards to her? What does she need to know about him for her highest good? What does she need to know about him for her highest good at this time? What does she need to know about him for her highest good at this time? What does she need to know about him for her highest good this time? What does she need to know about this Gemini person for her highest good at this time? Ooh. Thank you. So, basically use your better judgment, and also, because it says you kind of understand what I'm talking about here, so I feel like this is something that's not like hard for you to grasp or gather. It's like, it makes sense, you know? And so I feel like for you, the Judgment card, this is your advice in regards to him. The Judgment card's here saying use your better judgment. Like, it's there for a reason. Please use it wisely and use it, you know, to your own advantage. It's your life. You want to have a good one. So basically be using your better judgment. Like, don't just, I saw this quote today that said, how you're treated should matter more than how much you like someone. And it was like, duh, but that's kind of what I feel like I need to say here is like, just because you want the person in your life or care what they think or like them or having them around, whatever it is that you're feeling, you know, like specifically for them, however you're seeing it, it matters more like your quality of life. Like, it's not just, you know, about like having this person in your life and that's, you know, your life's good. And without this person, your life isn't, you know. I feel like you're kind of already a little more, like not really touching as much on the side as some people would, you know, in regards to depression and just feeling really low on yourself if somebody isn't in your life that you want in your life. But I just feel the need to say that because the Judgment card here is pretty much saying like your happiness is in your hands, but if you allow this to kind of like control that, then you're, you know, then it will, you know what I mean? You have the 10 of Cups here, so it's kind of like you still have a happy life, you still have good chances of, you know, good things coming to you and good friends and happiness around you. I mean, it doesn't seem like you're too down in the depths, as they say, but it's still something that you need to pay attention to, because I feel like maybe this is something that you don't really think about much until you do think about it, and then it's like, oh shit, like I haven't dealt with this yet, you know. So I don't want it to sneak up on you, you know what I mean? So just, you know, try to focus on your healing, try to focus on happiness and things that actually bring you happiness, because this is something that brings him happiness, whatever this new hobby is, and you should find one too. This is something really cool to focus on. It's like something that you feel like you wake up in the morning just because of it. You know what I mean? So it's like hard to hate life when you're really into some kind of like new thing you're doing and you're very focused on it. It's kind of like no one else matters, and it's really fun. So I encourage you to do that, something like that. Find whatever it is for you that speaks to you and makes you feel alive, okay? That'd be a good idea. Okay, and then you're like, I can be happy without him. See, that's what I felt like you would like feel. You know, I didn't know if you would say that, but that's what I kind of felt like the energy of you is. Like, it's not like you're like needing him, but obviously, you know, that's what you want. And so in a couple weeks, or maybe a week or so, you should come back and kind of get an update, because I did see, when I was shuffling, I did see that reunion card, but when I went back and looked, it didn't come out. Okay, so remember, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. Obviously, anything is possible. I just don't see right now that exactly happening. But if, you know, in a week or so, or if anything significant changes, like even tomorrow, if something significant changes, then obviously the outcome is going to change. So come back and get an update with me, and let's see where that goes, okay? So, Sanch, are you here? Sanch? Oh, okay, I just saw your last one, kitten, your last comment here. So what we saw was basically, yeah, he is very focused on like kind of creating a new person within himself, you know, so that he can reach his goals and not have to be hurt and worried about you. Like, I feel like it is stemming from, like, the motivation to become this new kind of person is stemming from like not being able to be with you, and that hurts, and that's not fun, and it feels very uncomfortable all the time. So it's like he wants to create a life where he's okay, you know what I mean? Like when you break up with people and it's like you just feel like a part of you is kind of lost. I mean, for us that are very like kind of unhealthily attached folk, that happens. And so he's trying to not be that person, so he's trying his hardest to kind of like make changes that will create a life that he feels powerful, he feels in control, he doesn't have to feel let down or hurt or whatever he's feeling right now, you know, just down. He wants to be able to create a new, you know, stronger person. So that's what he's basically focused on. And then here, it's exactly how I feel, yeah. What, Sanch, yeah, no problem, kitten, of course. So Sanch says, what is coming towards me in Sans connection in next 7 days? It's a long distance relationship. Okay. I'm going to start off with this deck again. Woo! We already got some flying. Okay. So, let's see. What's coming towards me in Sans connection in the next 7 days? It's a long distance connection. Long distance relationship. There's actually no list, you guys. Check out the description to find out how to get a reading, okay? Go ahead and do that. It's real simple. And I have some new stuff in there too, so I really want you to check that out so you can see the other options that are available today, okay? Thanks for your likes, you guys. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your guys' likes. And if you guys haven't yet, subscribe, okay? We do these free readings all the time. A few nights a month, we do free readings for everybody. But tonight, I introduced something new as well, and I want you to read it in the description. It explains how to do it. But basically, if you're one of the first people here, then you will get a free reading. Every single time I go live, it doesn't matter what kind of night it is. If you're here, one of the first people, then you will get a free reading. So find out how to do that in the description, okay? Very clear information. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will answer those for you. So, what is to come in the next 7 days? What's to come in the next 7 days for you and Sanj? 7 days. Next 7 days. Okay. Well, oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. This is a great set of cards to get. Okay, these two. First of all, the Two of Cups is like, yeah, there's a connection here. It's very strong. It's very equal. Like, there's no power trips and there's no, like, imbalance of power. You know, there's no imbalance. There's no, you know, it's not like one person is above the other or there's, like, anything like that. It's balanced, it's fair, it's equal. You guys see right through each other. You guys are on the same page, okay? And also there's respect. There's actual respect, believe it or not, in this relationship. So that's cool. I mean, it seems like you guys are on the same page. You guys want the same things, same likes, dislikes, desires, beliefs, hopes, dreams, whatever. It's not going to be 100% everything checking off the list. You are different people, but it still is just basically telling me that, you know, you guys are very connected. You guys are very aligned. Right now you are on the same page, which is beautiful. And the Empress being here too is really great because either you're pregnant or you're going to be, or or it could just mean there's a new beginning being born. So basically, if you are not even able to get pregnant, you already know, like, that's impossible, it can't happen, then obviously we're not talking about that. But, you know, so either way, just, you know, be careful with that, or congratulations, however you're seeing it. But, you know, the Empress can also mean a new beginning. So there's like the birth of something. So it's like maybe the next phase of your relationship, you guys are getting closer, stronger, you know, it's getting deeper, whatever you want to call it. Or it's, you know, just you guys are maybe moving, maybe you're doing something new, traveling. I mean, there's something where there's the birth of something in this relationship now. And maybe this is the first time you guys are really, really getting close. You said it's long distance. I wonder if this is the first time you guys are going to be doing something. Because it's saying the Empress and then the Two of Cups. So the birth of your connection. And you guys coming together, maybe. So, okay. That's what I'm seeing for that. Nice beginning. Nice start here. That's awesome. A lot of people don't get that, by the way. So that's a really positive thing to be getting at the start, you know? Okay. You said, wow, after long struggle. Nice. Good. Okay, what else do we have here for Sanj? Okay. Okay, so somebody is going through a lot right now, and that's obviously not something that's apparent. Even if, I mean, you may pick up on it intuitively because, you know, oftentimes we're able to kind of see something ain't right with somebody, or like they're going through something, but they're just not saying that and making it like directly obvious. But it looks like you are viewing the situation in a way that is kind of unrealistic. So I do want to warn you about that, because the Seven of Cups here is talking about, you know, you see all these cups here that this guy's staring at, and he's kind of like, whoa, like, what am I looking at here? Because there's a lot of really great things, and then there's a lot of really scary things in these cups. So, I mean, he's just kind of in shock, like he doesn't really know what to think. And this relationship kind of represents that, which means it's the situation where it's like, there's so many great things, but then there's like kind of some scary things too, and I don't really even know what to think or believe or hope for. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and what you are hoping for, like there's so many different options, but what you are going for is something that's a bit unrealistic, okay? So I just want to warn you about that, because it could lead to disappointment later when you realize that that was a bit unrealistic to think about it in that way, you know, or to dream for and to imagine and to believe. So, I mean, just try to be as realistic as possible when viewing this relationship and when viewing what's possible within this relationship, which I don't want to limit you. Anything's possible, but this person and you and this person, you know, there's only going to be whatever's possible. Like, it's not going to be like, this is a superhero person. I mean, actually look at it realistically for what this person is and can provide to you, and see if, you know, that's something that you are interested in still. It still seems like, you know, even though there's this very strong connection between you, you do have to still be realistic when it comes to like relationships and attachments, because those things hurt sometimes, you know. So I'm just saying, be careful of that. There could be some fantasy like dreaming, okay, in this situation between you. So, and then we do have somebody who, like I said, is going through a lot, and they're going to need to kind of like take some time. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, after you guys like get together or whatever the case is here with this Two of Cups, whenever this happens, like you're going to need to kind of like take some distance after that, because this person is still going through something where they're feeling empty. Like, see these cups here? 8 cups filled to the brim, except for one. Right here, that space that's missing. The space is missing because they are feeling empty inside, or like there's you know, there's something missing. So basically, you should allow them to do that. When they have to go off and, you know, split for a second, don't worry. It's really just a personal thing, and I think you should allow them. It's important you allow them to take that time, because if you don't, you're kind of dealing with the person who is missing something, and they're aware of that. Like they know that they feel like something's missing. So a lot of times what we do as humans is we look outside of ourselves for something to fill us, and it's not a good place to be, because no one can do that for us. So you may take that position of that person who's doing that for him, whether you want to or not, or whether he realizes that or not, because he's feeling empty. So if you try too hard to get him to like not leave and to be around you as much as possible, when he needs to kind of take this time by himself, solo journey here, you see they're by themselves. Don't freak out. Just know that they kind of have to do this right now, just to kind of figure out what it is that they need in their life. Even if it means a breakup temporarily, it's not saying that, but if it does mean that, I'm just saying be prepared for them to need to kind of take some time for a little while, okay? And that's something you should allow them to do, because people are a lot better partners when they're feeling whole, right? So you don't want to, you know, chase the person down and not allow them to do this work for themselves, okay? Okay, I see a few people here. Sorry about that. Let's see. Marley. Okay. Oh, I know what you did there. Gotcha. We're doing Marley right now. Okay. And thank you, Sanch, by the way. I hope that works out for you. I hope that you, you know, think realistically, please. And, you know, do what's best for yourself. Do what you feel is right, and don't do what you feel is not right. Right? Always. Okay, so Marley, and then I do see Denise as well. So we'll do Marley first. Marley. Okay. Where are you at, girl? Okay, Luna. Luna. Ooh, I like that name. Luna Divine. That's really pretty. Okay, so... Okay. So, yeah, go ahead and post your question. Yeah, go ahead and just post your question for me so I can get started, okay? Thank you. And Denise, thank you as well. Thank you, you guys. Thanks for liking this video too. Appreciate it. And Valentina, I did not forget about you. You're going to be after these two, okay? But these are donations, so they take priority, of course, always. Hi, Kaina. Or Kaina. Let me know if I'm saying your name incorrectly, because my vowels, there's something wrong. Like, to where, I don't know. It's usually, like, whenever there's a vowel, it's usually wrong for me for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with me, so I'm just, you know, let me know if it's wrong. And, or let me know if you don't, I mean, if you don't mind, that's fine. That's cool. But if you do, then let me know, please. So I don't keep calling you the wrong name. Okay, so how does Gio feel about me? Perfect. How does Gio feel about me? How does Gio feel about Luna Divine? How does Gio feel about Luna Divine right now? Tell me the energy that he's feeling toward her. Give me the emotions, thoughts, and feelings if you are holding them. Okay. Wow. So we're actually getting, for some reason, I feel like you're not going to believe this, or this is something that kind of is out of place for whatever's happening right now, but this is talking about commitment. This is talking about like a serious relationship, like a commitment. So this is the marriage card. It doesn't have to mean marriage though, so just, don't freak out, but it's just basically saying like something serious, It could also, this is the Taurus card, so there could be a Taurus involved. If there's not, there could be Taurus in one of your guys' charts or somebody around you. And if not, that's fine. It also represents different things, so just take that as a side note. But another thing it can represent is maybe this person looks up to you or they want you to look up to them. Okay, so let's continue. And okay, yeah, this is kind of what I was feeling like. Not exactly this, but I feel like this makes more sense for Anyway, let me just explain myself here. The Queen of Wands is a card talking about, basically someone who, again, is determined to get shit done, and they don't feel the need to ask permission or like check in and stop and wait for people. No, she's like, I'm doing my thing. If you want to come along, that's great. If not, then like we're not even having this conversation. I'm gone, and you just like watch me as I'm living my life, because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do anyway. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm not afraid. Like, I'm gonna go and get shit done. Like, I don't care what you think type energy. So she's very independent and she's very determined to get shit done, and that's a really awesome thing in and of itself. But along with the Five of Swords, I kind of feel like it's a very it's something to watch out for, okay? Because this person is like, they have a goal, Queen of Wands, but they also have resentment. So it's kind of like they have a goal and they also have a chip on their shoulder, and it's not cute. You know what I mean? I feel like this person's angry about something and they want to retaliate, or they want to win basically at all costs. Like, they will win. And so that's the thing that's kind of dangerous, because this person in the Five of Swords, you see how these people are cowering away from this person, and they have like all the swords in their hands because they've bullied these people. It doesn't matter what size they are, if they're the same or not. They don't care. They want to win, and they won't lose, because they've been, my theory about this card is they've been hurt in the past, this person. So now they're in this whole energy of like, I will not get hurt again like that. I will not be betrayed, cheated on, abused, disrespected, whatever it is, anything. They will win. They will be on top every single time. So what does that mean? What does that mean? This person is not going to be getting very close to people. They're not going to be vulnerable ever. So it's going to be hard to kind of penetrate and get through and meet the real person underneath, if there even is an identity that this person identifies with. There may not be, because of the past. Maybe it's even unrelated to you. It could just be because this is how they were when they met you too, already, But let's see a little bit further. But this person is on a mission to win, basically. And it's not even necessarily like they want to hurt you. It's just that they won't lose. And so they're going to be looking at shit in a different way than you, because they're already like scanning the environment for threats, because they're already ready to have to fight. So I mean, if they could be seeing things you're doing and think like you're betraying them or you're doing something against them when you're not even doing that, because they're just so hypersensitive to any kind of threat in their environment. So you could be trying your best to be there for this person, and they're just like, why are you being so nice? You know what I mean? Like dumb things like that. Like, you're like, what? Well, we are serious, I think, but we argued tonight and he got immature and blocked me. Gotcha. Yeah, I would really kind of watch out and kind of, whatever happened tonight, okay? You don't have to tell me, but the thing that I want you to think about for yourself, because you don't need the cards to kind of tell yourself this. I think what you need to tell yourself basically in the future, as you continue with the person, think about what happened tonight. If it was immature in a way that was aggressive, abusive, scary, intimidating in any way, those are red flags that you need to watch out for, because it's not something that is likely to get better. It's something that it is likely to happen again. And if it's something that kind of scared you or made you feel unsafe, then I really think you should just listen to that and what you think is best for yourself to do about that. Okay, so just know that. With the Five of Swords here, it's really not a good energy to be in a relationship with a person like that, for the reasons I already explained. But let's continue on and see what this person's kind of thinking about doing, or what they're feeling towards you. Okay, so again, they're feeling like they don't want to lose. I almost feel like they're saying to themselves, like, I want to be with you, but it's going to be my way, or it's going to be on my terms. It's going to be what I want. It's going to be how I want, it's going to be what I want and how I want it to be. Like, there's not really a you involved, and it's kind of weird because you're in a relationship, right? So just think about those things. Also, the Page of Wands here is talking about kind of impulsive action taking. So not thinking it through, just kind of like doing something on impulse and not really thinking about the consequences. So there could be consequences there. Let's see what else there is here. Actually, I'm going to switch decks really quick. We've got the main energies here, so let's see. What else do we need to know in regards to this person, Geo? Okay. Did he really want a future with me, or was I just playing myself? Okay, let's see. What is the state of this connection? It's showing that to me, I feel like there is still, a commitment here, but it's kind of like on his terms. So if he feels like you're not going to follow that, that could be a problem. But I still feel like he thinks that you are like his almost property, I guess you could say. Like, however he views it. I mean, it's not necessarily that he's saying that, but it's almost that energy of like, you're his still, and it's still going to be what he wants. He doesn't really see that, like, there's not really a part where it's like, does she want it or not? Or what does she think? It's kind of just like, this is what I'm going to do. Like the Queen of Wands. This is what I'm doing, and I'm not asking, and I'm not waiting. It's like he's on his own thing right now. So it's like if he wants, but then, the Hierophant's here. So it's saying commitment. So I feel like he still kind of thinks that you're in his life. You're his chick. He's just blocking you right now for whatever dumb reason. Like you said, immature. So let's see. Of course. It's funny. Interesting. Okay, we have a few things. Wow. This is the one that flipped over on me that I saw. Okay, that's why I said that before. So we have the reunion card, by the way. It's none other than the reunion card. Coming back together, celebrating your coming back together. And another thing that's really interesting about these cards that flew out is that there's some repeating cards here. First of all, Page of Wands. Remember that guy? Page of Wands. Acting without thinking. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Wands. So this is non-committal energy, the player card of the tarot, and a person who kind of comes in with passion, and they're just like on this horse, fiery, just very into whatever it is that they're doing right now. And then they get bored, and then they kind of just want to, leave town real quick. They come in quick, and they leave just as quick with passion. So, obviously it's intense. But then it's gone. And you're like, what just happened? Like, why, how, who, did it even really happen? It's like, so very confusing for the other person. And look at this guy again. Commitment, right? Remember that guy? Taurus. It could be a Taurus person as well. Doesn't have to be, but it could. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So then we have that, and then we have the Death card. Scorpio. Okay, so this, you could be dealing with a fire sign person as well, since we have a lot of fire here. Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. That's Aries, Leo, or Sag. But, yeah. But, this Scorpio card, Death card, represents endings. Or a drastic change. So something changing so drastically. It's almost as if a death had occurred, right? Because when a death occurs, you can't go back to how life was before that death. It's like it doesn't mean one of your guys' actual deaths. It just is representative of that big kind of change that comes with a death, for example. So it's either an ending or a drastic change. So, and obviously, there's kind of both. A drastic change would be an ending, but if it's not an ending, we're still seeing a drastic change here. So this is going to flip the script a little bit, and I feel like it all starts with this reunion. So, be careful with that, because remember what came after that? Page of Wands again. So it's kind of saying like this might be something you regret, or it might be something that you are acting without thinking. Like you are going for it and you're just not even thinking. You're just like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. And it's like, maybe you want to slow down a bit, or maybe you want to take a step back and think about it first. Okay, so I just want to point that out about those cards because that's really interesting. So just take a step back, think about it, try to have a plan, like focus on like, what do I want out of this? Like, if he comes back, what am I going to do? Because what do I want out of this? Like, am I just going to allow him to take control of my life and tell me what it is? Or am I going to have like a no boundaries? You know what I mean? Or am I just going to allow him to tell me what it is? I mean, you have to kind of like already know what you're going to do if this happens, if that happens, so that you can kind of better prepare yourself and have more control over yourself and your life. Don't just let him take over, and tell you what it is. And then later on, you're like, fuck, why did I do that? Or like, I wish I would have said this, just kind of already know what you're going to do for yourself. Also, it says somebody taking responsibility here. So it could be you that's, this is an air sign person. It's the swords. So that's why I say air sign person. So Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. If you are one of those, then I would say this is you. If they're one of those, it's, most likely to be them. And if neither of you are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, then I would say that it's probably the both of you who are wanting this. And what it is basically somebody, see your hand out there? She's wanting somebody to own up. So either you are thinking like they need to take responsibility before we just kind of connect again. Like, no, they need to take responsibility for what they've done and how they've treated me or whatever they've said and what really happened in this argument if they want to like make things right with me again. Or it's saying that's what they're going to be expecting from you, which would be real frustrating because you're like, what? Like, I didn't even do anything? Or you're like, no, it's not me, it's them. Whatever it is in this situation specifically, somebody's wanting someone to take responsibility. So it's kind of funny how that could play out there. I mean, it's not funny, but it's just like, and it could be the both of you also trying to come together like, well, look, I feel like you did this. Well, look, I feel like you did this. And it's just like, who's going to... It would probably be best for you to own up in that time, but hopefully they do the same thing. If not, just know that it's not the wrong thing to take responsibility for what you have done to make a situation kind of, whatever it is, or, the argument you guys had. It's never going to be like the wrong decision to take responsibility for something, but you may not get the same in return from them, just saying. So here, in regards to your second question, I kind of just went off on a tangent, but I felt like I kind of had to explain that. But let's see here. So, you wanted to know, you said he's an Aquarius. Yeah, so like I said, yeah, that's going to be frustrating. But try to just, oh God. Aquarius and Capricorn, what? Okay, so, not judging. It's just funny, it's just odd. But, it is what it is. So, there is, he's wanting you to take responsibility for what you've done in the situation. Woo! Yeah, that's going to be frustrating. I'm sure, because it's like, I don't know if they're going to be doing the same thing in return. It might feel kind of unfair a bit for that, in that situation. They could be blaming you for the whole argument, you know what I mean? So, okay, let's see. About your second question, you wanted to know, what do they want, or what did they want? Was it real? What did they feel about it? What are their feelings about this situation? I feel like still it's them in control. Like they kind of have a set way that they want things to be and they expect it to kind of like work out that way. So if you're going to follow suit with that, great. If not, then, that's not going to be good. That's not going to work for them. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting how you ask these questions and it kind of leads me to believe like a certain energy about the whole situation. But then before you even said that, I was talking about identity and how this person identifies with this, and if they even have an identity at all that they identify with other than I'm not going to let you see who I really am and be vulnerable with you, so you're not going to know who I really am, so I'm going to be in control of the situation, because I could just flip the script at any moment and you're attached to me, which is nothing. I don't even have a me because I don't even know who I am, and I don't have to open up to you, so I don't get hurt. This person's not going to lose. Remember, they're not going to lose. They're going to win. And the only way to win for sure every single time is to make sure that nobody gets in and gets close. Because then you can just flip the script and leave and it won't matter to you. Because if you're going to get hurt by that, then you could lose because it's vulnerability. But that's the position you're in. And I feel like not so much them because they're wanting to win, right? So this is showing... I mean, I feel like, of course, they did want this, but you are feeling like this is going to lead only to you feeling like you don't really have a voice here. You see how she has a blindfold on? And the two swords in her hands. So it's representative of, somebody who can't really make a decision. They can't speak their voice, and they don't really know what is going on. Like these two swords in her hands, she thinks, for all she knows, I mean, shit, it could be cucumbers. Like, she doesn't know that these two swords are going to rearrange someone's face if she takes one swipe of her arm. She doesn't know the power that she's holding in both of her hands. She doesn't even know because of the blindfold. So there's a lot of confusion in this situation ship. There's a lot of lack of clarity, and she doesn't really feel like she has power. So that's what this is up against, or what it, kind of shows, and that's not really a good feeling. That's kind of like you should want better for yourself, is what I'm trying to say. So here we go. Empress. New beginnings, pregnancy, so be careful. If you know pregnancy is not even possible for you, obviously we're talking about new beginnings and not pregnancy. I mean, be realistic here. But of course, this is something to be careful about regarding. So just, be careful, obviously. Or congratulations. I mean, however you see that possibility. And then, so there is some kind of a new beginning here. What is the Empress here for? We're talking about his feelings toward... Yeah. Okay, so a lot is going to change, and that's the new beginning. I think the death... Well, hang on a second. I feel like I'm being, super loud right now. Probably. I'm going to tone it down a bit. Take it back. Second. So I'm going to try to get the death card. Tell me what the death card's here for. Tell me what the death card's here for. Tell me what the death card is here for. Tell me what the death card is here for, please. Got it. Ooh, something very suddenly, quickly. Oh, drastic change or an ending coming suddenly without being able to stop it from coming, without seeing it coming, without expecting it. It's something that, you went from good to bad overnight. It's something that just kind of switched up, like I said, switched up on you, right? And I don't know if it's ever going to be the same, if it's ever going to go back to what it used to be, because what it used to be, obviously, is what you're missing. But I don't even know if that's going to happen ever again. I mean, certain things in relationships, you can't go back to how it was before because you know each other now. It's you just can't go back. But in this situation, it's something that switched up overnight. The Knight of Swords is something where it's it came in quick, and no one could stop that because with the force that it's coming in with. No one can stop it from coming or see it coming. It's just when it's coming, it happens, and you don't, then only after are you able to kind of have your comments or feelings about it, right? So it's you didn't see this coming, and this is about the death card, drastic change or ending. So I would say that the person switched up on you. So yeah, I really don't... Let me explain the Tower really quick. So the Tower being here is, we had that Two of Swords, new beginning, birth of something, and then the Tower. And I feel like that's coming here because it's saying look, that's why I wanted to clarify the death card, because I didn't know if this meant it's over and done and it's going to be a lot of changes for you. Either way, it's going to be a lot of changes for you, but I just wanted to know if that's what that meant with the death card. I feel like that's something that kind of switched up on you overnight. Again, we don't really have whether or not it's an ending or just a drastic change. Either way, just expect many changes right now because of this whole thing kind of triggered that. And here with the Tower, just know, the best advice I could give really for the Tower is just accept, don't resist changes. allow changes, allow people to naturally be themselves and do what they're going to do. Like, don't try to put your hand in anything and like control it or stop it or move it along. Like, just let people do what they're going to do. It's best to let things unfold naturally, and it's also best to accept when changes are happening. Like, just go with it. Like, try to be like water. Go with it. Do not try to control it, stop it, resist it in any way, because that's going to make it a lot harder in your life at this time. Whatever is coming, whatever changes are trying to take place and take shape, try to just allow them and not resist, because that's what's happening here. This tower is burning down, and they're trying to escape, but it's like, there's going to be, like, when the light comes out again, it's going to be a whole different ball game. So that's kind of what that's a good thing. You know, this is really trying to lead you in a direction that's best for you. So it's kind of like a friend, but it's a, like, tough love friend. Like, look, we're going to have to make some changes, bitch. You know, like, I'm not going to let you just sit here and cry about this all day. No, we're not going to fucking go chase him around. No, you're going to go and get up and we're going to do this about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a friend that's like a hard, kind of tough friend. But it is trying to do its best for you in that, in your life. So, I mean, don't look at it negatively, or look at it negatively, but just make the changes. You know, don't resist changes. Look at it negatively, but don't resist changes, okay? So, look at it however you're gonna look at it. So, thank you, Luna. That was funny. I love readings like that, because it's just like, I don't know. I just love the messages that come out and how to explain them. It's cool. Because it kind of just rolls off the tongue and it just comes, and sometimes it's not so easy to, like, understand what it's trying to say, but sometimes it is. Like right there. So thank you. And we had another one, Denise. Where you at, Denise? Denise. Let me know when you're here and just post your question, Denise. Right, gotcha. So post your question, or you can post both of them right now, that's fine. And thank you, by the way. So question 1. GG. I'm not sure who's after Denise yet. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not really sure how we're going to do that. If another donation comes in, we'll have to go with that one first. But if not, then we'll go ahead and pick somebody randomly. Maybe we'll play a little game to see who is next. Okay, I don't really know yet how we're going to do that. Maybe you guys can, you know, shoot some ideas, and we'll go and we'll pick one of those. Get real creative with it. Oh yeah, Valentina. I'm sorry. Valentina. Yes. Okay, Valentina is next because she was the third person here. So I'm sorry. Oh my God, I almost forgot about you. Thank you for reminding me, because that wouldn't have been good. Thank you. Okay, yes, definitely. I will not forget now. Valentina. And then after that, we will play a game or something and see who's next, okay? Forgive me, Valentina. All right, so Denise. Vincent, current thoughts and feelings towards me. Perfect. Oh, hello, Glimpses in Time. Hello. How you doing? How's it going? Okay. So, what? Oh, yeah. So, what are Vincent's current thoughts and feelings towards Denise? Current thoughts and feelings towards Denise from Vincent. Current thoughts and feelings of Vincent towards Denise. current thoughts and feelings toward Denise. Give me Vincent's current thoughts and feelings toward Denise, please. Okay, we have way too many that came out. I'm a sloppy shuffler, you guys, so just don't think that you're not going to get the message you're supposed to get. I'm just going to put these cards back because it's way too many, okay? So sometimes I just don't go with the cards that fell out. Every reader's different. Some people will think like, oh, I'm going to miss what it was going to say. But no, it'll probably come out again. And if it doesn't, it'll come out in a different way. So don't even trip. Don't even worry. I'm a sloppy shuffler, and this is the Slinky deck. So it tends to fly everywhere. But don't think that you're not going to get the message you're supposed to get. Okay, we're just going to kind of do this again. Because that's just how it is for me. I'm a sloppy shuffler. So I don't want to just, get the wrong message, but it shouldn't be the wrong one anyway. Just don't worry about you not getting it. Give me another here. Thank you. Judgment. Okay, so either you're supposed to be using yours, your better judgment right now, or he's using his. What is happening here? What is the situation? Why is judgment coming out? Security, opportunities for security, like money, whatever security is for you in him, like, or him, separately. It's talking about like the opportunity to have more security because it's pentacles. Security can mean money, a job, a place to live, a car, just whatever security is to the person. It's like that's what he has the opportunity to create and, have more of in his life, create in his life, or, bring into his life. So judgment, taking deliberate action here. So he's having to take a deliberate action to have more security in his life. What does this have to do with you? You may already understand what it means, but I don't yet, so just hang with me. Well, it's also saying he's going to have the opportunity to create more security in his life, or safety, or whatever it is. Money, whatever it is, he needs to feel safe and secure. So he's having to use his better judgment here, and he's going to have to make a decision. What does this have to do with her specifically? Why is this coming out first? He has to do what's right. He has to do what's best. Where does Denise come into this? Hope. The star card. This is Aquarius. Another thing, I think it probably represents your guys' situation, like in the way of whatever happened or whatever's happening right now. It's like it would just be better if this happened or if this was happening. Like he's having to make a decision right now, a deliberate action that he's going to be making, and he feels very in control of it. Not like in control like he has control over you, but just that he has confidence basically in the situation. So there's hope for the connection, I feel like there's hope here if he can create this security. Maybe there's pressure on him to create the security. Maybe he's putting pressure on himself. But I feel like he feels like this is what needs to happen in order for this to kind of move along or have, hope again or to continue or be created in general. So let's continue here. What else do we need to know about the Ace of Pentacles And the Two of Wands. What is the decision? What is the action? What is the action here? Queen of Wands. So basically he's feeling like it's just up to him. Like it's not really about, like you don't have to do anything, or you aren't being like, it's really just him here independently. Like I think either he's putting a lot of pressure on himself, but yet he feels confident about it. Like he feels like he can achieve this. So the Queen, the Ace of Pentacles here, what happened in the past? What happened in the past here to, you know, create this kind of need for security in the situation? Maybe he just doesn't feel secure within himself to be able to provide to you, because you do see the Ace of Cups here is like offering the security. So, I mean, does he not feel like he can offer that right now? Or he feels like you're going to judge him? I mean, what is this here? What is the, what happened in the past here that led up to this? What led up to this from the past here? Two of Swords. So he felt like he didn't have much power. Which, you know, makes sense. Because the power thing here, remember what we were saying before? I don't know if you heard what I was saying before about this card, but it's somebody who they don't know the power that they have in their own hands. Like the swords, for all they know, since they have this blindfold on, for all they know, these swords could be cucumbers. So, I mean, to them, they don't understand that, like, these swords are going to rearrange someone's face. But they don't even see that they're holding these swords. They don't even know what they're holding. They're just like kind of clueless. And so this person obviously felt this in the past. Maybe they felt like they didn't have a voice, or, you know, they weren't able to say what was on their mind or what was important to them. They didn't think that their contribution to any situation really mattered. Like they were just kind of outcasted on the side. Like it was just like, you don't matter. Like you just have to listen and follow along. Like you don't have a voice. You don't have a say in this. So now they're trying to kind of gain that back. They're trying to kind of, and I do feel like it's something where they're going to be offering you some kind of connection if they haven't already. And if they have already, then it's something where they're going to be offering it again, or offering it in a different way, or offering more. It is the Knight on the White Horse, you know, so he's wanting to come in and kind of like save you or rescue you or create a better situation for you and be able to provide that to you. So this is going to be really important, you know, in that, to be able to provide that and save you from whatever it is that you need saving, or, you know, as the story goes, it's not necessarily you need saving, but the Star card too, remember, that's hope, and that's good energy toward that situation, like positive, like there actually is a chance for this, and that's what he believes, but only if he can create that security. So he feels like it's his mission, right? The Queen of Wands, he feels like it's his mission to be able to do this. He's not really putting it on you. So he feels like a big responsibility right now. A mission, you know? Like a big mission. Jesus. Okay. There, Kenneth. Very interesting. Hope you're having a great night. Okay, so let's see what else here. Sorry, Kenneth, you're annoying my viewers. Gotta do it. I'm sorry. There you go. So all right. So these are his current thoughts and feelings. So what was your second question? What else do we need to know about this person? What was your second question, Denise? Sorry about that, you guys. I had to block him because when somebody is like annoyed with it, it's like that matters to me more if you guys are like having a good time or not. So you said the words and there it is. You know, and it's not like you're being unreasonable or anything. So I mean, you're not just being a hater. It's kind of like, no, that guy's being annoying. So just know that. That's why I did that. That's why I blocked the guy. Usually I just laugh at those things. It's like, thanks for being here, you know. But if you guys are annoyed with it, that kind of sucks. I don't want you guys to go. What is the ultimate outcome between me and Vincent? When you say outcome, you mean like the ending? Because who knows, maybe it won't be. Like, what will the outcome be? Like, you want to know basically, are we going to get married or are we going to break up? Is that what you're saying? Like, you want to know if this is going to continue or if it's going to end? And if it does end, how's it going to end? Like, will it be hurtful? Will it be fucked up? Will it be kind of neutral? I mean, neutral breakups, do they exist? No. They do, but I think that's only when people weren't really, like, in love and stuff. They just kind of, like, tried it out, and then they're like, nah. That's the only time that really neutral breakups can happen, I think. But who knows? Maybe there's a different way. Maybe mature adults are able to do that somehow. But I don't know about that. So, let's see. What's the outcome? How will the relationship continue? Actually, you know, it's something perfect for this. The Romance Angels Oracle. That's my deck of what is left between two people. Like, that's what we want to know, right? So let's look into that with this deck. Romance Angels Oracle. Tell us the connection here as we continue on into the future and anything we need to know regarding the situation, regarding these two people in this relationship. What do we need to know? And what is left? Most importantly, what is left between these two? As we can see it right now today. Of course, everything can change. Anything can change if something significant changes. We do have free will. So the thing about free will is that, hey, if I don't want to do this, I don't have to. Like, say it's telling me, oh, you know, you're gonna want to do this, right? And you're like, nah, I don't. So you don't have to. Like, they're just cards. It's just a guide. It's just a, you know, kind of look into the situation. But since we do have free will, we can choose to do whatever the fuck we want. Every single time I get a tarot reading from somebody, I usually end up, every time I end up doing what I was going to do anyway. Like, it doesn't even matter if they tell me not to, or they say to do it on a certain day. I still do what I was going to do anyway. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just me, but it's because I have free will that I'm able to do that. So, just keep that in mind, that things can change. But let's see from today what it looks like is going to happen here. Regarding these two, Vincent and Denise, tell me the situation as we continue on the next few days, weeks, months, years. What do we need to know about the connection between them two? What is left between them two, between these two? What is left between Denise and Vincent here? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. I don't know if you can see that, but it says work on your partnership. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Nice. So it's kind of like you have a choice about whether or not you want to do that. Like, you'll have that decision to make. And it's kind of saying, give it a chance, you know? So maybe you're thinking about not giving it a chance, or maybe they're thinking about that, you know, later on. Right now, I don't see that they're not trying to do that. It seems like they are trying to do that. It seems like they're trying to make things better. Or, like, that's the idea of what they're headed, like, what their goal is. Ooh! Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, Denise. So, okay, yeah, that's interesting. And that's that card, I love that card, but it's like, in this situation, usually it comes out when there's something bad or when you kind of need to like put some boundaries up or something. But whatever the case is for you, it says free yourself. So, I mean, of course, again, you're going to do what you're going to do regardless. Like, don't feel the need to do anything, like, unless you feel it's what's best for you. And of course, do what's best for you, whatever you feel that is, and don't do whatever you feel isn't. But here the cards are saying give your relationship a chance and then free yourself. So I feel like with that, it's kind of saying, look, if you're going to make this work, you're going to have to put some boundaries down, or whatever it is that you're going to have to like have some kind of control back in the situation. So maybe you feel like you don't have control. Maybe you feel like, maybe they feel like they don't have control. That's maybe what they're going to try to do here and have a little more control over their lives. But it still says give your relationship a chance. So I feel like what it's saying is like, if you're going to make this work, you're going to have to like allow yourself the freedom in this situation. Like, it can't just be like one person has control or one person says what goes down. Like, it has to be different. It has to change. It has to be where both are free to do what they want to do and they're choosing to come together. Like, it's not like they feel obligated. It's not like they feel scared that if they don't, then blah, blah, blah. It's not that they're like worried and they don't really want to, but they have to. No, it's like they feel free to do what they feel is best for themselves, and that just happens to be coming together as well. So that's the only way that can work here. Give it a chance, but free yourself. And children. Your love life is being affected by children. This could mean somebody else's children. Like, it doesn't have to mean that you guys are having children, although, of course, it could. Okay, it could. But a lot of times, it's like children in general. Like, there could be talk about children. There could be nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters. There could be somebody else's kids that you're watching. I mean, anything. Just children, for some reason, young people, are affecting the relationship. Or your love life is being affected by children. So whatever that means, maybe you have children without this person, or maybe you do have children together, whatever it is. Just know children have a little something to do with it. Or it's, for some reason, children, or maybe the talk of children, the topic of children, the idea of children. This whole, topic, this whole situation of children is affecting the situation, your love life. So not even just this relationship. Maybe it's how you view, maybe that's something to do with the security here, right? That he's wanting to provide. Like, he's like, I can't even provide for you if you want kid. I can't provide for no kid. So he's trying to, be able to do that. Whether or not it's about kids, but he's trying to be able to have that to offer. We have flirt here. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So, flirt. But extend your lighthearted energy to others. It's kind of like saying don't close off and don't let your light go out. You know what I mean? Your inner light that shines and radiates to other people and attracts people to you. Don't let that go out. Still allow yourself to be you and get out there. And it's not saying cheat or anything. It's just saying extend your lighthearted energy to others. Don't close off and become this hermit. You can only be with this person and do certain things. Still be the person you are and let that shine, basically. And extend yourself, not extend yourself and be too giving, but just allow people in and allow yourself out, allow connections in your life, whether or not you're with this person or not. Allow connections into your life so that you can have a better life. Because that's what life's all about, is our connections and our relationships, And it says true love, too. This is the romance of a lifetime. I just want to make a note that it doesn't mean this is the only person you'll ever be with. And that doesn't mean that if you don't work out that's, that was your one true love. To me, this card just kind of means you really have feelings for this person. And they have feelings for you, too. It's really actual true love. It's you feel in love. So that's beautiful. So we have a couple things here. And basically what we're seeing is give your relationship a chance. Free yourself. So, again, give yourself that space or that kind of control, that kind of boundary in your connection. If you're going to make it work, that's the only way to do it, right? And then don't let yourself... I'm sorry, my throat's dry. Don't let your light go out. Still be able to be yourself and radiate and shine throughout the world and create connections and give of yourself, be open to people and connections and new experiences and things like that for a better life. better quality of life. And then the children thing, dun dun dun. We got that children issue, that topic coming up here. I wonder what that's about. Maybe you already know, but maybe you don't, and that would be interesting to look at. And then we have true love, so yay! It looks like it can still work out. I just think he is obviously trying to create a better atmosphere and more to provide to the situation. So that's a good thing. You know, I think that's a good thing. It's not like a bad thing. You know, that's like a really good thing, I would say. Like to be with a person that actually wants to like provide like better, like, and like improve his, you know what I mean? Like for the sake of the relationship, like that's pretty cool. That's a good thing. So, let's see. Okay, so I like how you said, what's to come of our connection? And I like how like, whenever I do readings, like, I feel like that's the message that comes out constantly, is that you have control over that. Like, it's not just like, what's gonna happen? You know, I mean, it's like, well, if you want this to happen, you have to do this. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, like, be realistic about it, obviously. But, like, it's giving us pretty, like, clear detail. Like, it's pretty much saying, like, look, if you want to make it work, you're going to have to, like, still be yourself, and you're still going to have to make room for, like, yourself to get out there and still be happy and not just, like, in this situation and that's it. And, like, that's all that you're living for. No, it's, like, be free, you know? So it's kind of giving you a little guide here, but it's very easy to understand. Like, I feel like it's not any, like, woo, what's going to happen? It's like, no, you still have control over that. You know what I mean? And it really is up to you and whatever you're wanting and how you're going to approach that. So that's cool. I feel like that's very doable. If that's what you want, then great. If it's not, then great. You know, do what you feel is best. But I feel like that's a pretty clear understanding of what it's saying there, which is nice. Yes, of course, Denise. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for liking this video, you guys. Please give it a thumbs up. Just takes a second, and I'd really appreciate that. It helps a lot for YouTube to see people are engaging with this video. People like this person. Okay, we're going to show it to other people. It's nice. Thank you. I feel like I've been talking nonstop. Yeah. It's because I have. Valentina. Where you at? No problem. Okay. Valentina says, what are my ex, Carlo, Sagittarius, true current feelings for me, or towards me? Is he in love with me, trying to get me back? Does he hate me? I cut him off last February because of his baby mama drama. Does he want me now? I don't know. So, okay, let's look. Yeah, we're going to use this one. Switch it up a bit. The energy up in this bitch, right? It's always good to do that every now and then. We're going to use this guy later too, okay? But for now, what's Carlo feeling toward Valentina now at this moment currently? What does he intend to do about that, if anything at all? It says you already know. This is, I'll continue, but the High Priestess comes out when I'm giving a reading to somebody. It comes out, to me, it's saying this person knows already intuitively. Like, you feel like like whatever you're feeling deep down, like, you know, you have thoughts, but you also have intuition. And intuition is like basically like, you kind of already know, but you don't know for sure. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is directly telling you this is what it, but you feel like you already know. And that's what the High Priestess is there for. So I feel like you kind of already know this, but let's try to get some confirmation for you. What is this person feeling toward Valentina now? And what do they want, if anything, they want anything with Valentina. What does Carlo feel towards Valentina currently? Oops. What does Carlo feel toward Valentina currently? Bum ba da da, reunion. Here we go. Here's where it gets interesting. So coming back together, yeah. You already know they want to come back together at some point. Or they want to get with you. You know, they want to get with you for a second and have a talk. Or who knows what they want in this, you know, get together. But yeah, at some point they do want to come back together. For what? Usually that's the card of reunion. But let's look a little bit further and see what else we can find out here. Since it's the second card, I'm guessing there is a lot more to know about the situation. Glimpses in time. Was that last reading accurate? Did things change for you recently? Or I mean, since we last chatted. Ah! Okay. Okay, what else do we need to know in the situation here today about Carlo in regards to Valentina? What else do you want us to know about Carlo in regards to Valentina? What do we need to know? Justice. This is the Libra card. Also represents fairness, like karma, I guess you could say. Like, maybe this is meant right now. Like, whenever you see this card, it's kind of saying, like, whatever's happening right now, it's kind of the way it's just supposed to be. No matter if that's something that you want it to be or not, it's like, it's, even if you feel like it's unfair, just know that it's the way it's supposed to be. Like, you know, right now, basically the way that it's going is the way it's supposed to go, because that's how, you know, karma. It's like, and not saying like you did something and you deserve this, but saying like this is the path. You know what I mean? Like, all in good time. If you guys come back together, you know, then that will happen. And if it's not happening now, it's going to at some point. And again, I don't see like, I mean, it doesn't necessarily say that you're going to come back together in a relationship and be together. It's going to work out, right? It's not saying all of that. It's saying literally, though, that you are going to come back together at some point and have a little talk. Okay, you're going to have a discussion. But who knows what this discussion is going to be about. But it really does represent, overall, it represents coming together. Kind of celebrating something, too. So it could mean you're getting back together. It very well could mean that. And here with the Page of Cups, that's kind of what we're looking at here. 4 Pentacles, 2 Pentacles, Page of Cups. Okay. Somebody's not too sure about the security of the situation. It's also saying hang on to your money. And somebody's back and forth. Like, back and forth on... They're weighing their options, you know? Like, okay, this thing is almost just as important as this thing. But I don't know which one to... You know, because I'm going to have to sacrifice one for the other. I can't have both. So you're going to have to, like, choose. And that's a hard decision. Because these two things are just as important, almost, as the other. So... it's kind of a big decision to make here. And it has something to do with, you know, offering a new connection to you or offering this back. Because when we're talking about, like, weighing your options in the Page of Cups, it's obviously, you know, we're talking about, like, what's the better decision. But is it between you and 2 people? Is it between being single and being in a relationship again? Or is that just being single or being in a relationship again with you? Like, why is it such a hard decision? What are the other things here? Again, we also have the 4 Pentacles, so what we're talking about is, like, hang on to your money for sure. Trying to build a foundation. Maybe this person questions whether they want to build a foundation with you. Like, whether they want to actually go for this again. Because that would be like saving money up for like, you know, things that you build, you know, starting the foundation, like a house, a car, I mean, a job, like all of these things that you need to save up for and like create a life together. Like it's gonna, you know, need those things. So like getting serious about that, I feel like maybe that's something that they're questioning whether they really want to do that or not. Like that's a big deal, you know. Are they going to go for it? Or are they going to stay single? Easy life, you know, not so easy for everybody. It's not, you know, not everyone views it that way, but you know, it's kind of like a big decision to, am I going to dedicate myself to this or am I not, you know? Like for some people it's kind of a big deal to dedicate yourself to somebody. It's a big thing. And it should be a big thing, but you know, some people would rather not do that. So obviously it's a hard decision. So let's see. We have been disconnected and lately I've been feeling he sends me bad energy or something negative coming out of him. Maybe I'm projecting though. Oh my god, justice keeps coming out in my readings since I left him. So it's the way it's supposed to be right now. By the way, I think he's currently with the baby mama also. Okay, so that could be talking about, like, since we're talking about maybe the two different people. I don't really think it's just that, though, for some reason. I don't know. I'm not feeling like it's just that. But let's continue anyway. Yeah, because to me, it's deeper than that. Like, then it should just be... I feel like there's a reason that he has to question... Maybe it is because of the two different people, but I feel like it's other reasons too. There's the Ace of Wands here. Sorry, I'm just thinking about something. There's the Ace of Wands here. The Ace of Wands represents action taking, well, opportunity to take action. So basically we're talking about like he'll have the opportunity to take action, but will he do it? That's going to be up to him at that time. He can miss the opportunity. That's definitely possible. So he'll have to like strike while the iron's hot. But the thing is here too, another thing with this is, you know, the Queen of Swords, we're talking about someone taking responsibility. So if that's something he has to do, I don't know, not so much. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's going to really want to do that. But then again, it could be vice versa. So let's see a little bit further. What is the action? Well, it's taking responsibility, but why is this important? And let's get to that two of Pentacles too. I want to know what that's about more specifically. Give me the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Why is this coming out and what else do we need to know? Oh, Judgment and Six of Wands. So it's, you know, is he going to be viewed in a... He cares about his image a little bit, for sure, regarding this. And I feel like Judgment, I guess basically what it's saying is he's concerned with how he's going to be viewed. So you said there was a baby mama, and that kind of makes sense, right? I mean, to me, that kind of makes sense because, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, if he has kids, then, I mean, you know, he should be there for them, right? But then, like, it doesn't mean they have to be together to be there for them. But I guess that's something that he's concerned with, how he's going to be viewed if he goes towards this. And whether or not it's good or bad, how he's viewed, I think it's not even really saying which one he's going to be viewed as. It's just saying that's a concern for him. So, Judgment. He is concerned with how he will be judged, and he's also judging the situation based on that. So, I feel like a lot of inaction here. Like a lot of inaction. And that's what's funny about the Ace of Wands. And that's probably why that's there, because it's going, you're gonna have to take action, bro. And what's the action? Taking responsibility. So if he's able to actually like live in that responsibility, he's able to say, look, I have kids and I'm there for them, but I'm also with this person and that is my life. Like, I can own that. But obviously, you know, it's he doesn't really want to own that. I mean, who knows? Maybe he doesn't mind owning it, but obviously it's difficult for him to own it for some reason. Maybe it's because, I don't know, we can go on forever about what ifs, but I feel like there's definitely, like, it's hard for him to make that decision. That's why I feel like inaction, because it's like, that's a thing to think about, like, for a long time. Like, you could sit there, like, how are people going to view me? And you just don't take action because you don't know that yet. And it's like, you don't really know that until you do that and see. So that's why it's like, it might take him some time if he ever does do it. Like, and I just don't know if he ever will because of that fear or that concern, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like something that's not important to be concerned with in regards to being with another person that's separate from the whole situation. You know, it's like, I mean, you know, your image matters, but like not that much, you know. But apparently to him it does. So he's concerned, like, maybe it's, you know, again, we can go on forever, but I'm just giving a couple examples. It could be because, like, maybe she's going to ruin his, or, like, tell everybody all this shit about him, not let him see the kids, maybe, for example. I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be any reason why he's concerned with this. I just feel like it's kind of weird, you know? Like, why would that be the thing he's concerned about the most, you know? But, you know, who knows why? I can't judge and say that it's dumb. You know, maybe there's a good reason for it. I mean, whatever it is, I mean, that's his reason, so it's not really up to me to say whether that's valid or not, right? So, yeah, I don't see much action there. And we got the Sagittarius card here, so yeah, that's your guy. That's your guy. Leaving, making distance, traveling possibly, moving possibly, making distance. He might have to do that to create more harmony in his life. Like, he has to just get away from wherever he's at now or whatever he's around. And really, that's not a bad thing. If we wanted to look at it another way too, it could say that you kind of need to make some distance to have more harmony in your life. That's what the Temperance card also represents, is like harmony and things flowing and things being really great, actually, like happiness, almost like 10 of Cups to me energy. Like, it feels like it's just like harmony, you know? It's kind of what they say about Libra, right? Harmony, balance, like fairness, but really it's more than that with Temperance. It's like things being truly really great and feeling good in your life. So that's like the goal. And if we're trying to reach that goal, then this could have a part to play, and this could be the way there. You may have to make distance from certain things in your life, maybe even this Sagittarius person. And also, it's not even just saying like literally getting distance, like physically, just mentally, emotionally, in any way you can, get some distance away from anything negative or toxic in your life or just bad for you. And I'm just saying it could be the Sag just because Temperance is Sag. So, I mean, it could mean getting away from that, too. Whatever's bad for you, and to create more harmony in your own life, that could be something to look at. But it could also just be saying, you know, to create more harmony in your life, you're going to have to make some distance from other things. And, you know, same goes for him. And he actually might have to move or something like that just to create that harmony, because maybe whatever he's around right now, it's just, like, hard to get away from. He can't literally get away from it unless he literally physically gets away from it. I mean, there could be many different things that this means, but I'm just giving you a few examples of the things that it could be talking about. So let's look at the, if you don't mind, let's look at the romance angels, because I kind of want to see what it's going to say about, like, what's left, if anything. Give me the understanding of what is left, if anything at all. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to look at right now. I see you guys in the comments. Thank you. I'm gonna see if I can get to some of you after this, okay? Thanks for liking this video, you guys. Subscribing if you haven't yet. And check out in the description too, you guys, I have this new way that you can get a free reading every time I go live. So there's a way to do that. Check out that in the description below, please, if you're interested. So what is going on here? What is left between these two? What is left? between these two. Carlo and Valentina. Carlo and Valentina here. Okay. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So this coming out, it doesn't necessarily mean like this person, because of whenever it says something at the top here, like these cards, I feel like have a lot of different meanings depending on the situation. So, I mean, if something did happen in the future, I feel like that would be okay to go towards that. Like you could trust it, but at the same time, I don't think it's just talking about this person. Like I feel like it's talking about open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It's kind of encouraging you to be open to other possibilities, right? That's what I feel for that card. Let's continue and get some more here, specifically for these two. What do we need to know? So it could even be saying, like, if it does happen, it happens. But right now, it's good to focus on other things, other people, other possibilities. Like, open your heart to give and receive. You know, it's not just focus on this person. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself more opportunities that are around you. Engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So if it's not with this person, then obviously we're talking about somebody else, right? We're talking about, and it's not even just saying engagement, like literally you're getting engaged. Again, what that card means, since the bottom says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, we're talking about you and a person getting closer and getting more, you know, your relationship getting stronger. So it could be talking about another person, since we're not talking about, you know, you and this person are getting stronger, unless, of course, you know, someone from the past is returning to your life. Let's see about this. Is this a new person or old? Does she know the person already? There's a few cards that could come out to tell us that or not. And then some that would make it pretty vague still, but let's see. Is this the person we're reading on? Is this Carlo or is this somebody else? Is this someone she knows or someone new? And it could be this person. And if you guys are on the same page with this and you guys both need to get away from things that are bad for you, maybe it'd be a good idea to do that together. And get away from everything that's bad for you guys, you know? Because that would probably help a lot. Like getting away from negativity, negative people, haters, people that are trying to bring you down, talk about you in bad ways and not be helpful to you or for your highest good. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. So, a few different things here. I don't know what you feel about past lives. Some people believe in them, some people don't. Either way, I feel like this card could represent you do already know the person, first of all. And it could be a situation, too, where you're feeling like when you meet the person, you're feeling like you know each other. Like connecting very easily, just it's a familiar feeling. You grew up with someone who is like that, or whatever the case may be. It feels familiar and it feels comfortable and it feels like you've known each other a long time. So that's cool. I mean, that's nice. And it could actually be a person that you already know and that you've already been with or whatever. I mean, I feel like it could be this person, but it could be somebody that just feels familiar or somebody that you already have known in general, like literally already known before, like not a new person. But maybe this is the first time you're knowing them in this way. You have known each other before. So that answered my question. I'm like, is this a new person or an old person? You've known each other before. So it could be Carlo. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So this is going to be important. It could be, if you have a lot of friends with this person, Carlo, this is how you'd probably know if it's them or not, right? Is, if you guys have a lot of the same friends or a lot of the same people, then that could be what we're talking about. But if not, then I feel like this could be something where your friends are introducing you to somebody, like a mutual friend or like, or a friend of theirs, to you, they're introducing, because it's like, let your friends help you. So why would that be coming out? What I always feel like is either they're introducing you or they're helping you to keep your mind on other things, meet other people, or do something for yourself, like, and just get with them instead of getting with, like, just being with yourself and focusing on another person. Like, let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. So there's people around you right now that want to be supportive of you. Whether or not you see that, I mean, if you're closed off to them, it's hard to see that. If you're pushing people away, it's hard to know that. So be open, be open to, again, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. That includes friendships. So, and then your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So I do feel like there is somebody else here. If it's not Carlo, there is probably somebody else here coming in. Give me one last card to kind of tie this together and see if we can get a more solid answer for her of what's possible now with her love life. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So I feel like, yeah, there's someone either coming in or, this is, I mean, I don't want to say it's not Carlo because it could be, obviously, but the thing is, like, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. It's saying, like, whenever you're feeling like, I really want to approach the person, go ahead and do it. So if with Carlo right now, like, that is not even something that you should do, then it's probably not him, because you don't want to create drama in your life and more negativity and more, like, anything negative or anything that's just going to bring you down, right? So if you already know, like, common sense wise, that is not the right way to go, then we're probably talking about a different person here, okay? And it could be somebody that you actually get with and, it becomes close and you, not necessarily get engaged. Of course you could, but it's basically just saying your love life's ascending to a higher level of commitment. So you're definitely in a commitment here with another person and past life relationship. So you probably already know this person, or it feels very familiar again. Your friends could help you meet them, or you could be out with your friends when you meet them. Let your friends help you, give you support. And ask for support if you need it, Don't go it alone. And go ahead and make the romantic gesture. It's saying, like, you're fine. Like, you want to, then do it. You know what I mean? Like, whoever this is regarding, I feel like there's another person that comes around and you start to really be into that person. You're kind of maybe feeling a little uneasy or like you're just not sure if they're gonna, but it's saying go ahead and make the romantic gesture. You can see these two people dancing together here. So it's kind of like, what? Is it a first date or is it just like a mutual friends gathering and then you're like looking at the person like, shit, should I go for this? Like, should I go towards this? I think yes. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. If you're feeling like that with whoever it is, go ahead and make that gesture is what the card is saying. So that's kind of cool. So it's kind of giving you confidence. Well, I don't know if you're feeling it, but it's kind of like a good thing, trying to give you confidence, trying to boost you up and say, hey, if that's how you feel about a person, that's what you should do and go towards it. Like, don't be shy. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I feel like obviously because they're probably going to not reject it, They might even be feeling the same way. It's kind of telling you to initiate. So I always think that's cool when the woman initiates. Some people, like, don't believe in that. And I think that's just odd. Because it's like, I mean, sometimes you're just going to have to do that. I mean, sometimes it's like, shit. People be taking forever to make the romantic gesture and just getting a little impatient, Like, hello? Like, they're more shy than you at this point. You're like, shit. Like, can we get this moving? Can we get this going? Please? I'm kind of like bored just sitting here waiting for you to come on over. Like, I'll just go ahead and ask and move this along. Move this right along, Don't be afraid to do that. Well, maybe you should try that. maybe you should try it, you know? And thank you, Valentina. Okay, who are we doing next? There you go. There you go. That's one way to do it. Oh, shit. Megan, I didn't even see you until right now. I'm so sorry. Oh, my goodness. That was how long ago? Wow, it's been a while. But I've been on her reading, right? So it wasn't like I'd skipped over you or something. Thank God, because that would have been bad. Cat. I see that. Thank you. Go ahead and post your question. Oh wait, which one are you? Virgo. Did you see my candle? Ow, that's hot. Never stop believing that fighting for what's right is worth it. And that's a Virgo candle. See that? I don't know if you can see it, but it's Virgo. Got it from my sister-in-law for Christmas. It's like one of the best things you can give somebody. Well, I mean, at least that's how I feel about it. That's one of the best things to receive is like something with your sign on it. So, Virgo. Question, what is coming to me for the rest of November? So are we looking at like everything? You want to know love, career, I mean, all of that good stuff? Because we can look into all of that good stuff. Just, you know, trying to get a picture of what you're specifically looking to know so that we can kind of focus on that, you know, not waste any time, right? Thanks. Yeah, I love that candle, and I love the saying on it, right? I really love that saying. Career, no love. Career. So you're saying you want career, not love. Or are you saying career? No, I want love. Just trying to, you know, get a clear picture of this. Just trying to, you know, clarify for sure what you're trying to get to know about a little bit. What you're trying to figure out here. So you want career then. There isn't a list, actually, but, okay, got you, Kat. There is no list right now, but, yeah, we're just kind of going with it, and this is a donation reading right now, so that's why I'm going with this one first. That's why I've been going with the ones I've been going with, because they've been donated, so that's what takes priority, but after I'm done with this one, we'll see how we're going to choose the next one, okay? Thanks for being here. So, please read for career and not love, Kat says. So if love comes out, Kat, please don't hate me, you know, forgive me. It's just, there's obviously there's a reason for that if that does happen. But let's try to focus on just career here. But if it comes out, there's a reason, right? Like there's, you know, can't really control what it wants you to know. There's a reason for it. So, Page of Wands here is saying, like, think before you act, okay? You're going to want to, like, make a decision real quick, or maybe something's offered to you in your, you know, in the workplace or some kind of, like, position or some kind of offer, and you're like, yes, you know, because you just feel, I mean, I did see the Aries card, but also representative of somebody who's in an authoritative position and overseeing a lot of different people, managerial, you know, just kind of like supervision, like a supervisor. They have a lot of responsibility and they do well with that. Like they have a good position. But I also saw the Eight of Swords. So I'm thinking you're feeling a bit stuck in the position you're in. You're wanting a higher position or just a different position. And so if somebody offers you something, you may feel compelled to just take it right away. And I just think maybe you should think it through first. Not that you shouldn't take it. I mean, it's going to be up to you. Whatever feels best for you, but it's kind of saying, like, think about things before you take action, okay? Think about things before you just go and make a decision. Like, think it through. Give it time. If you need, you don't need to rush these things. Definitely think about it before you take action, okay? Continuing on with the career reading for Kat. What does Kat need to know about her career in November? You want to know what's happening with her career in November. Anything new, anything exciting here? Anything bad? What do we need to know? Regarding career, please, and not love. Career for Kat. Oops. Career for Kat in November. Career for Kat in November. Ah! I never shuffled these cards this way. That's why it's difficult. Because they're not broken in yet, really, in that way. Career reading for Kat in November. Career reading for Kat in November. Career reading for Kat in November. Oh, wow. So there could be a person, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, a water sign person, or a person of supportive nature, like a person who is caring towards you, protective even, but not like lovey-dovey, touchy-feely, but just that you have this person in your life who's supportive. It could be the person who has something to do with this offer, or maybe this is just a person who's there for you, but this is important for some reason. It's talking also about you're looking back on things, and you're trying to think about, or you're reminiscing, I guess you could say. You're thinking about all the events that have led up to the position you're at now, and you're kind of this is a person who's proud of themselves and what they've created. So I would say that you've created a lot. For some reason I feel like you're not really giving yourself enough credit for that, but there is a lot that you have accomplished here, and that's what you should be proud of. But also here with the Ten of Cups, it's like you do have happiness. I don't want to sound vague and cliche and say happiness awaits you, but the Ten of Cups is a really great card to get in regards to happiness. It's kind of like everything you could want, right? And you can see these this couple, I guess it is, with this baby. They're together, and it's like togetherness, and it's just happiness and everything you need, right? So it's like the utmost level of happiness here. And I feel like you're kind of looking at how you've gotten to this position. And also, maybe somebody else is reminding you of this as well, because they are emotionally supportive. It's the King of Cups. So it's somebody who is emotionally supportive, validating your feelings, maybe being there for you in that way when you're feeling emotional, or just in general at every time that you need somebody. So it's obviously you're able to feel safe in this space to be able to open up about how you actually feel and actually look at your feelings, because you're not being judged. So you're looking at the situation, and it's not really telling us what's going to happen, though. It's just kind of saying what could happen. You have the possibility of the Ten of Cups, but what's missing here? What else do we need to know? What are you getting at, cards? What are you trying to say here? What are you getting at? Come on. Let's not beat around the bush. Please. Page of Cups. You said you didn't want to talk about love. Well, okay. We can look at it in a couple different ways, though. It doesn't have to mean love. It could mean basically, though, the beginning stages of something that you're very passionate about. Either you're being offered some kind of opportunity, I guess, the beginning stages of something that you actually emotionally are passionate about in regards to work. Or this is something you're going towards. There's a passion you have, and you could actually have the chance to start this project now. or in November. So, I mean, I would be looking towards that. Just because it says the Ten of Cups is here, I feel like what you're supposed to do right now is focus on what's going to make you happiest in your life. And so if you do have a passion, which is obvious, you obviously have a passion, even if you put it on the shelf and you felt like it wasn't possible for you, I feel like that's something you should definitely be looking at now. Like in November, this is something you should start doing, or start like trying to make happen for yourself, you know, and get this included in your life. Start working towards this thing that you're very passionate about. It's not just a job for you. It'd be really fun and really exciting for you to get started on this. Yep, you're headed in a certain direction, so have a plan. You're going to be moving or getting away. You're making distance from something. It kind of looks like escaping at the last second, right? But it also represents, you know, kind of being reluctant to leave, but knowing that it's what's best for you. So there could be, you know, either you are just leaving because you feel like there's an opportunity somewhere else. I mean, it is showing that, you know, this thing you're passionate about, this beginning thing, the beginning stages of this thing that you're passionate about emotionally, you're headed in a direction. Here, actually, it came out like this. This was first and this was second. So it's showing that in order to get to this, you kind of have to you have to go in a different direction, right? Because this card here, the character in it is facing the opposite way than the wands are going. And the wands are representative of where you're going. You're headed this way, like no doubt. You are headed in a certain direction. And it's for this, but you have to get away from wherever you had this feeling or this thought or this idea. You have to kind of like go somewhere else to make it happen. And you probably have to leave the place that you're at. Like you could have to move. Maybe you just have to like literally make distance from things that are not allowing you to make this happen in your life. Like whether it's people that are just like not believing in you. But I feel like you do have someone who's supportive around you. So maybe that's why they're kind of saying, hey, they're pushing you along to get this going. Because they're like, look, what do you have to lose? Like this is something you want to do. You've always wanted to do it. Do it. You know, let's do this. You have my support. So that's nice. You have somebody backing you and encouraging you, or at least trying to validate that you have, like, whatever you're feeling about it, you should go towards it because that's what you want to do. And that's what you should do, because the Ten of Cups here is kind of saying, like, at the end result here, this is where you're trying to be and this is where you're going to get, but this is what you need to do to get there. So that's kind of cool. Again, the readings that I do, I like to put the power back in your hands. So that's why I'm explaining it in this way, because I feel like it's kind of nice that you have control over it, you know? You definitely have control over it. It's your life and everyone is the same and they have control over it. But the thing is, like, you just have to, like, you know, it doesn't just happen for you, you know? So that's kind of cool. It's basically saying, like, if you want this, then go towards it, you know? And there shouldn't be anything to stop you. And it's kind of nice for you, too, because a lot of people don't have that support in their life when they kind of need it, you know, to feel encouraged to do something. It looks like you kind of have that right now, which is nice. You know, you have somebody telling you, like, go for it, and you're like, okay, maybe I can actually do this. Another thing coming out here, which is really cool. Oh, awesome. Oh, fuck yeah, girl. Look at this. Okay. I'm going to calm down, but the Eight of Pentacles, it's talking about being very involved in something you're very interested in. It's like a new hobby, apprenticeship, you know. That's what's really cool about the Magician, is that, like, anything is possible and you can create so much in your life at this time, which is really what you want to see right here, especially for career and how the reading's going already. I feel like that's just another level of encouragement. It's just kind of pushing you in that direction. Like, and with the sun here, dude, I'm telling you, it's pretty much saying, bitch, this is what you know, like, do it makes you happy, do what you want to go toward, like, you know what it is, just do it. Like, it's kind of just saying over and over and over and over, because this card is talking about feeling very good in the energy you're in and feeling like this is the right thing for you, feeling very alive and feeling like the sun's shining on you. It brings you life and it keeps you going, and it's just something that feels very good to be in this position here. Things are clear. Things are, you know, make sense. Like, you know that this is where you're supposed to be, and it feels very good, you know. It's also saying the Virgo card, but it doesn't have to be a Virgo. It could just mean basically the Hermit. What that means is you're doing a lot of self-reflection. So at this time, you know, things are obviously feeling kind of, you know, maybe a bit scary. But again, you feel very good once you actually go full throttle into this. Like, it's what you're meant to do. And it feels very, very good. But you're having some thoughts. Like you're like, okay, like I have to like sit down and think about this. Like I have to like consider, what do I want and how am I going to approach this? Like it's like, careful thought. And it's cool that this is the last card because look, remember this was the first one. And it was saying you're not thinking, right? Or you want to make a decision real quick without thinking. And the Hermit here is, the Hermit is here to say, no, you're going to think it through a lot. You're going to really think this through. You're going to have a plan and you're going to, go in that direction according to that plan. Things change and, shit happens to where sometimes we can't go through with the plan. We have to be flexible, but basically overall it's saying like, think this through, have a plan and go towards that plan. And you'll feel a lot more centered while you're doing that. Like this is a big thing, to just go up and leave and dedicate your life to something. But really, if it feels that good, it's not going to feel like a work. It's not going to feel like a job. It's not going to feel like work, and it's going to feel amazing to do. You're going to love it. So the thing is, but just along the way, if you have some kind of a plan, you know where you're going and you know the steps that you're going to take to get there, it's just a lot less scary, so I feel like that's why that's a good thing to, take the advice of the Hermit and think it through and have a plan and go for it, and it should feel a lot less confusing along the way because, you already kind of know where you're going and why. So yes, that's really awesome. Nice. I have not been looking at your comments. Okay, Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I love those cards too. This is the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Ethereal Visions Tarot. Ethereal Visions. Yeah, it's kind of cool. That reading was a good reading. And thanks for saying that. Aw. That's nice of you. Appreciate it. Hopefully that encouraged you to do something that you are happy to be doing, because that's what it looks like here. It looks like you're going to really enjoy that. Girl, why'd you do that? Aw, that's so sweet of you. That's nice. I appreciate that. Fuck yeah. Cool. I'm stoked on that. That's nice. That makes me feel good. Cool. Thank you. And honestly, like, I kind of want to leave it at that reading because I feel like that was a good session and I don't want to like I want to leave it at that feeling right now. But let's do one more for you guys, okay? Let's see how we're going to determine this. How would we choose the last person right now? Right on. Fuck yeah, good. Yay. Phenomenally encouraged. Yay. Okay. Okay, we're going to play a game really quick, you guys. Ready? Let's do this. Do you guys know your zodiac signs? Does anyone? Like, whoever can, like, name first the sign that is known for, humanitarianism, wanting to make the world a better place, being a bit different than everybody else, being a bit, like, out there, like, eccentric. Who's that? Yeah, Virgo Shorty, you are correct. It's Aquarius. It's Aquarius. You are right. So go ahead and post your question. I'll get that going for you. That is correct. Aquarius. General love message, please. Yes, okay. Thanks for liking this video, you guys. I really appreciate that. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. I'd really love to have you with us. And I do free readings for everybody a few times a month, so don't miss that. There's also a way that you can get a free reading every single time I go live, and you can figure out how to do that. You can find out, rather, how to do that by reading the description below this video. It explains step by step how you can actually get a free reading every time I go live. So check that out, you guys. And this is the last reading of the night, but I want to thank you guys for being here and for spending this time with me and the cards, and I'd love to do it again. So make sure you subscribe and join us next time. Also like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Virgo Shorty, you want a general love message. So let's see. What deck do I want to use? I'll use this one. General love message for Virgo Shorty. Been lost with my emotions recently when it comes to love. Love message. Okay, you have the sun here. Let's get some more. Let's elaborate on this, because I'm not too sure right now. I mean, it's a feeling of feeling very good and feeling like something is right. I think it's also touching on like being yourself, expressing yourself. The sun rules Leo, and that's the sign of like being able to be creative and self-expressive and just being yourself, being loud, like not caring, but just, Leos are themselves purely. That's what they're supposed to be anyway. They express themselves, right? Center of attention, sun is shining on them, and they soak it up. So that's what it's kind of pointing to here, is like, feel good about yourself is important. And that's what, if that's where you should be. If you're feeling good about yourself right now, then don't worry about love. If you're not, or even more so, like if a certain person or relationship or whatever, if you're thinking about a certain relationship in person and that's not making you feel good, it's not making you feel like you can be yourself and express yourself openly, then that's not the thing for you. Like it's just not. You should be focused on what makes you feel good, and that's about it. So, I mean, obviously there's things in life we don't like to do, but I'm talking about like something that really makes you feel like you can just express yourself and be yourself and be happy to be that, then that's something to go towards. If not, then that's not, it's really not the thing for you. So, also here with the Four of Pentacles, it's kind of saying like building a foundation is important. Maybe you should start that on your own, save up some money, it's saying, save your money. Like any money you earn, you should be saving and putting towards that, whatever goal that is, to have like a new house or a new car or like whatever it is, to have more security, to kind of build your foundation. That's what you should be focused on. This is happiness, harmony. This is like, so really, I feel like this card, this is also the Sagittarius card. I don't know if that's some a sign that is involved in your situation, or if that's your sign, or it's heavy in your chart, or somebody you're involved with, but it doesn't have to mean Sag. It also represents here, I feel like this reading together is kind of saying like you need to focus on what makes you truly feel good and happy, and like obviously that's not what you're getting now. Like you're not, whoever this is or the person you're dealing with, or not, like whatever you were dealing with or whoever you're focused on and whatever relationship you're thinking about, it's like the energy of that relationship is not this. And I feel like this is kind of just like a reminder of like, it's not, like if this isn't what you're feeling, then it's not the thing that is for you, because you're not going to have a happy life if you're not feeling like this. If you can't be yourself and you can't express yourself for who you are and feel happy in that, then it's not for you. And what you should be focused on more than love, talking about security, we're talking about you building a foundation for yourself. So it's kind of like, it's okay that you're single right now. I think that's a good move. There's really like, that's the best thing for you right now. And then look at after that. See, I feel like what it's saying here is that the only way, because like this is possible, but this is not going to happen. This is the marriage card. This is not going to happen if you don't do, because there's a reason these other cards came out first, right? So I feel like this is possible for you, but it's not just going to happen. Like, you're not just going to have a committed relationship that's healthy and happy and good and strong. No, you're going to have to do some things first. And one of those, the only thing you really can do is make yourself better, you know, like make yourself healthy and strong and happy and looking for the right things instead of looking for something to fill a void within you, for example. Not saying you're doing that, but a lot of us do that, you know? And it's like, that's not something that's going to create a good and strong relationship in the future. I mean, you could get lucky, right? But really, like, it's not a healthy way to be. And so if that's something, and that's just an example, but basically it's saying here, like, this is possible for you to have this commitment, but it's kind of only after you do these things. So right now in your life, if you're really not feeling happy with it, you need to change that and figure out what it is that you need to do to make that happen for yourself. Because if you're not living your life to your highest degree of what you want it to be, you're not being yourself, you're not opening up and expressing yourself and living the life you want to live, what makes you happy, no one else, you. Not saying you have to be inconsiderate, but it's just like, if you're living for other people, doing what makes them happy, like to keep them in your life for whatever the reason, just because you're a nice person, I don't know, but if you're not doing what makes you happy, then it's like, good luck having a relationship that makes you feel happy, because you're doing it for them and not yourself, just to keep the relationship there, or just to keep the connection there. And it's like, that's not the place to be. If you want this like commitment that's all around feeling good and making you feel happy, it kind of starts with you, you know, it kind of starts with you doing what makes you feel happy. And that's where you meet that person who's doing the same thing. And then you create this relationship together that's like, great, you know, like, obviously nothing's perfect, but that's what, to me, I feel like needs to happen first before that can really happen for you. You know, so again, if you're not really feeling happy in your life right now, figure out why that is and start doing things that make you happy and start living for something that you believe in instead of what others want you to do or what you feel like they want for themselves and what you need to do for that. Like, no, you don't need to do that. If it's not making you happy, then it's really not for you. Obviously, again, there's some things in life that we just have to do that we don't always want to do, but I'm talking about overall, like, if you're just not even happy in the place you're at, you want to start looking at, like, why that is and what you need to do to change that, because that's what's going to need to happen first, you know? For you to find this, like, relationship that feels good and that is healthy and that's meant and that it's just, you guys are on the same page and feeling good about life and you're doing what you want to do, not what you feel obligated to do, not what you feel like someone wants you to do or is making you do, or what you fear if you don't do this, then something will happen. No, it's like you're living life purely for what you want it to be, and that's beautiful. So I feel like that's the best way to go about this for you, and that's probably why you're single. That's good, though, because that means, you know, if you're not even living your life to what you want it to be, you wouldn't be in the right relationship anyway, you know, because you're looking for somebody to fill that void or to kind of make you happy, and it's not going to work like that. That's not going to be something that really can make you happy for a long period of time. Like, only you can really decide what that is, and it's not another person. If you don't even know what it is, no one else can do it for you. Trust me. You know, like, that's just not the way it works. So, like, do that, and I think that's a good place to start. Is just basically start doing things that make you happy. And, like, stop doing things that don't, you know? Like, stop living for other people. Like, start there. You have to unblock it, though. You know what I mean? Like, you have to allow yourself to actually do it. Like, you can't just expect it to happen. You have to take this action. You have to make these changes. You have to do this for yourself. You're the only person who can, and that's, you know, it's hard, but, like, it's actually kind of nice that you have the freedom to do that. Because if we had to wait for somebody else to make that action, to do that for us, like, we'd be waiting a long fucking time. Like, you know, so it's like, and it kind of sucks. It's nice to know that you have the freedom to do what you want to do for yourself. You just have to give yourself permission, you know? You have to see what the end goal is. And not even just for a commitment, but harmony, happiness, feeling alive, feeling like you can live your life on your terms. Like, that is security. Overall, that is where the foundation starts. This is the starting point right here. And this is, like, you know, the benefits, like, just one of them. You know what I mean? But the benefit really is the sun. It's really being able to live and feel like you're living for a purpose. And that purpose is whatever you want it to be. Like, it's not someone else's purpose. It doesn't feel wrong. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like blocked, like you said. But I really, oh, you know what? Perfect. Just for the sake of this, I want to give you a chakra wisdom, because this deck is really cool. Like, it just gives very inspiring messages, and I always feel like it hits a lot of different points that I couldn't even really cover all together with the tarot, you know what I mean? So it's cool. Like, you'll see right now what I'm talking about. But I feel like, especially because you're saying you don't know what to do or how to, like, start on that, it's kind of like you need to give yourself permission, first of all. But other than that, I do want to see what else comes out here in this deck, because I'm sure there's some very inspiring messages for you to kind of, you know, be encouraged by, hopefully. We'll see. But I feel like this is the perfect time to do a chakra wisdom. For a person who just doesn't know, like, they feel a bit lost and, like, what to do. It's kind of like, I can't really answer that for you, but this deck might be able to give you some starting points. Or maybe some questions to ask yourself, because it will do that. Something to meditate on. Okay, give us the card for her. She needs to have some guidance, clarity, and encouragement in the right direction for her. That is good. What do we need to know? What does she need to hear right now to encourage her to live the life for herself? Makes her happy. Miracle. Miracle. See that? I want you to look at that for a second. Miracle. Seems fitting, huh? But it's not even what you think. It's much better than that, okay? So let's read this for you. It's a yellow chakra. So first I'm going to read the yellow chakra intro to you. It says, explore your thought processes, okay? The overall impression is intellectual. The key words are creative, intellect, precise, cooperative, reasonable, innovation, originality, wisdom, and instinct. It says the yellow cards of the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, reveal our planning processes. Do we have a logical or a scattered approach? Because they represent thinking and problem solving, yellow cards reveal our ability to resolve issues. Okay, here we go. Resolve issues. In essence, they show what's on our mind. In yellow, we turn on the lights and let the spirits know we are home. If we do not let them know where we are, they cannot bring us our desires. Ultimately, the third chakra relates to our instinct and to how our life is directed by it. When we can see how our instinct guides our thoughts, we will understand why we do what we do. And when it relates to our emotions, instinct is frequently the first thing that gets shut down. Remember what I said? Look to the previous chakra, the second chakra in this case, if you feel blocked. There's that word. See, I told you this deck is awesome. Blocked. You said you feel 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 blocked. What does it say to do? If you feel blocked, it says look to the previous chakra, the second chakra in this case, which is, learn to observe your emotions. Yes, that's definitely something you need to start doing. Because you're kind of like, do what you're going to do. You only know what is best for you, but it's, that's definitely something you should look towards the second chakra. The orange chakra, sorry. Second chakra. Well, it is the second chakra, but the orange chakra, you should look into that orange chakra. That's what you should look into after this. I've never had a reading like this, exactly like this before, where it said, oh, look back if you feel blocked. And then I'm like, that's exactly what you need to do because you said you feel blocked. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so anyway, that's really cool. But anyway, it says, so remember what I said, look to the previous chakra. So for you, the orange chakra, look into that if you feel blocked. Every decision we have ever made is made in a flash, to move forward or to stop. There is a moment, a split second, in which we decide. In this chakra, you will decide if you will allow magic into your life. Okay, moving on. Nice start. Okay. First one's miracle, just like miracle here. Sun sparkler. It says the brightest of all thoughts resides in sun yellow, as natural radiance stems from pure integrity. What did I tell you? Be honest and forthright no matter what. With the energy of the sun, a miracle awaits. You instinctively know what is authentic. Trust this. Okay. See why I love this deck? See why I love this deck? Like, this is just like, yeah, hitting perfectly for what we're talking about for you. Okay. I feel like reading that again. The brightest of all thoughts resides in sun yellow, as natural radiance stems from pure integrity. Be honest and forthright no matter what. With the energy of the sun, a miracle awaits. You instinctively know what is authentic. Trust this. Instinctively, okay? Instinctively. You gotta meditate, it sounds like, because you're thinking too much, you know what I mean? That's what people do, they confuse themselves. Our logical mind confuses us. And it tells us all these things, and then it has all these fears attached. And so we get blocked, trapped, we get stuck. And it's normal for everybody to go through that all the time. You know, it happens all the time. It's not like crazy. It's not like you're, you know, you will get through this, but that's just, you probably need to just, well, actually, it's kind of perfect because you need to learn to observe your emotions better. Remember the second chakra, the orange chakra? Please look into that after this is done, after we're through here. Look into the orange chakra because I feel like that is blocked. Obviously, that's, you know, what it's saying here, but that's something that I really want you to look into so you could see if that kind of aligns with what you're going through. See if there's some meditation. Like, you need to, like, shut your mind off sometimes. Not saying, like, completely, but, I mean, sometimes our logical mind will not let us do things out of fear. You know, it's not really trying to give you the best quality of life. It's trying to keep you safe, really. So it's like, sometimes we get stuck in our comfort zone, and we need to get out of that bitch, you know what I mean? But our logical mind is like, well, is that a good idea? I don't know. And, you know, like, think things through, but fuck, don't get stuck. And obviously that's kind of the position you're in right now. I feel like meditation would be a good avenue for you to explore, okay, if you haven't already. And if you have, then great, you should explore it again, you know, because you kind of need to shut that thing off sometimes and just, and then it will come to you like what you need to do, you know, and it'll be a lot more clear. I feel like your logical mind is obviously taking over right now and you just don't really know what to do because you're overwhelmed. That's okay, you know, just try that out. Miracle. Ready? Sun sparkler. Integrity is what turns on the light. Okay, so truth, no matter what, even if it's living your truth, right? So the legend. Darkville is a town of self-centered people. One day, Betty is given too much change after making a purchase, and she returns the extra money. A brilliant light bursts from the stump of a dead oak tree in the center of the town. The citizens are bewildered by the sudden brightness, but neither question the sun sparkler nor change their cheating ways. One day, a child asks it why it came. It tells her that it shines for all that is good in the world and appears when a good deed occurs. The residents of Darkville are touched and become more selfless. Okay, nice. So the inspiration for this, it says, do you let someone in or do you pretend not to see them? You cannot shut out pain without shutting out pleasure. Kindness exists to lend magic to integrity. Nice. Interesting. See, it's not what you would think it would say, right? Let's read that again. Do you let someone in or do you pretend not to see them? You cannot shut out pain without shutting out pleasure. Kindness exists to lend magic to integrity. So it's like, that's why it's like encouraging that. So you can't just like close out and shut off, you know, you can't do that without basically having a life that's not pleasurable at all, not having any happiness in your life. That's one way to ensure that you are not getting hurt, but you're also hurting yourself by doing that. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not allowing anything to come in. And so you're not allowing any happiness to come in. So there's obviously something you went through or something that you're going through now, or there's some either fear or just, maybe even trauma. It's just something that you, like, I feel like you're afraid of something. You're afraid to kind of get out there, but You need to allow things in at some point, Let's look a little further. You can't just like allow yourself to, remain this way. I mean, obviously. The essence, this is for you to ask yourself, by the way, this next part. The essence of inspiration is integrity. Can I be counted on? Can I be counted on? That's for you to ask yourself. Can you? And that's probably something that will help you to like feel important, feel like you have some kind of purpose. Like somebody counts on you. Okay, I'm going to come through. I'm going to be like there, and they're going to expect that, and I'm going to fulfill that. And then it's like, okay, like things are good, and we have this like need that's met here. It's not just like I'm living for like I don't even know. Like, these relationships are important. That's one way to look at it. The key ideas here are being a light, lighting the way for others, and coming miracles. And the keywords are integrity, gifts, and reward. Okay, so that's basically, integrity is a good, place to start, just being true in all that you are and all that you do, just like being transparent too. Like you don't have to be fake or anything that you're not. Like this is something, it's only going to help you. Like it's not for anybody else necessarily, but it will help other people too. So that's the thing, like it's just, like I said, just being yourself in a complete way, in an authentic way. That's, I feel like, the goal here, And that's obviously going to bring more happiness to your life, but other people's too. Maybe it will inspire them to be the same, So you won't have to deal with, like, liars, cheaters, and people that you can't trust, and people that you don't know who the fuck you're looking at, And the same goes to you, though, right? Like, can you be counted on? Like, can you be counted on to be that person, too, for people? Okay, and then meditation. So at this point, there's a meditation, and you can choose to do it or not. But basically, it reads, imagine a warm yellow light pouring down from the heavens. Stand directly under the vibrant energy as it showers over you. Allow all material worries to melt away. Sun Sparkler will speak to you now. When you are finished, return to your normal consciousness and write down what you have heard. So yeah, meditation's good. You should probably try that. If I were you, that's what I would go with first, is trying meditation. Also looking into that orange chakra, okay, when we're finished here. So this is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. And you got miracle, okay? So if you want to look that up online, I'm sure they'll have the passage that I just read to you. They probably have that somewhere online if you're interested. Sometimes when we read things ourselves, it just hits us different, in a different way. Maybe you can get more from it then. That's an option, but also you could just rewind this and listen to it again. It's up to you. But there you go, Virgo Shorty. I hope you got meditation. Literally does not work for me. You, my friend, you haven't even hit the possibilities that the things that it can bring to you. Your logical mind, girl. You remind me of myself, because I used to think that, like, I would get so bored with it and just be like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Like, I can't, like, I get too bored. Like, I just can't sit there. But that's the whole point of meditation, is like, you'll get past that point. You will get past that point. You're not doing it right if it's not working. That's what I was saying. Like, that's what it is. Like, that's how it is with meditation. If it's not working for you, it's because you're not doing it right. You probably just got to be a little more patient with yourself. Look into it, study it, try to figure out like what's going on with me. Why isn't it working for me? Because I'm telling you, that could be a really healing thing for you to just be able to let go and stop thinking yourself into this hole. Because that's what it is. It's like your logical mind takes over, you feel afraid, and then you get stuck. So I feel like this is not something that's uncommon. So like, I highly encourage you to look into that, because that could be very helpful for you. And it's your life, but I just think you should give it another go if you have that, if you really want to, then you will. But with that said, you guys have a great night. Thanks for being here, and you should come back next time. And the way to do that is by subscribing and hitting the notification icon, that little bell right next to subscribe. If you hit it and then press all, you'll be notified the second I go live so that you can come on here. And that's how you get a free reading, by the way, is by being one of the first people here. So hopefully you guys will do that. Hopefully I get to see you guys next time. Have a great night, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.